Are you guys kidding me right now? Let's go, my first flag. Need to get a four-wheeler soon. It just snowed out, as you guys can tell, so dragging all my stuff about a half-mile to the spot was a super pain, but I'm finally here and I'm actually pretty excited for today's video. And I know that's like the most YouTube thing to say ever. Oh, I'm so excited for today's video, but truthfully, I really am, because I've never caught a smallmouth through the ice before, and here there's quite a bit of smallmouth. There's big smallmouth, big largemouth, some pickerel here, and that's exactly what I'm going to be targeting today. Hopefully, I can catch my first smallmouth through the ice. The cool thing is, this is the first time I've ever been to this pond, and I'm the only one here. Like, that rarely happens on a Saturday in New Hampshire. You get the whole pond to yourself, but luckily I get to pick wherever I want. I'm the first one here today. I need to shut up and get to stepping. I want to fish, I'm excited. But since I've never been here before, I figured I'd just start at this first point here and use my depth finder to see how deep it is. I want to fish about 20 feet deep here. That's the goal. So I'm going to start at the bank and doing a straight line straight out here just to get an average view of the depth. So I just drilled a line of holes starting from the point and going out across the pond here. And I'm gonna be using my Garmin here to figure out the depth. So just as I expected, I started drilling from the point out, and actually only about 15 feet right off the point behind me, it's already 11 feet deep. And then my next hole was 20 feet deep, my next hole 30 feet, my next hole 40 feet. So now that I know I'm fishing a steep drop off right here, honestly, that's perfect. And I want to find the hole that's 20 feet deep and place all my tip-ups along this bank behind me about 20 feet deep. So in New Hampshire, you're allowed 6 lines per person if you're not fishing a trout and salmon lake. Otherwise, you only can use 2. But since I'm fishing a bass lake, I can use 6. And if you guys have been following my channel, you already know I bought some big shiners. But to catch that big elusive smallmouth, I bought something different today. I bought with me some tip-up suckers. But look how lively this guy is already. These are just little baby 4 or 5 inch suckers that I'm gonna be putting on my tip-up. And hopefully with those, I can be hooking into some big bass. Now the tip-ups I'm gonna be using today are these yellow ones from Fraybill. Now these tip-ups are insulated, which basically just means they come with the styrofoam on the bottom, so it covers the top layer of water in your hole and prevents it from freezing. And since it's only about 20 degrees out this morning, I'm going to be needing these. Nice thing about having a Garmin too is I can put my sucker at the exact depth I want. Right now it's a little bit deeper than 20 feet, it's about 25 feet. Wow, a fish is already coming up off the bottom to look at my little sucker here. But cool thing about the Garmin, I can really pinpoint where my shiner or my sucker is. I want it about a foot off the bottom. Already marking fish below my sucker here. So hopefully that sucker goes off pretty soon, but I just have to repeat that process 4 more times, and then I'm gonna be jigging in my bob house. So I'll see you in the bob house. Well, I haven't even set everything up yet, and I think I already have a fish right here. It was running. Okay, I'm just an idiot. It was my tip-up sucker that was making my tip go off. So I finally made it in my bob house an hour and a half later. Everything's all set up. I got all 6 of my lines, and for my final jigging line here in my bob house, I'm gonna be using a 13 fishing Sonocore rod. This is a 28-inch medium power rod, perfect for largemouth, smallmouth, some small pike, walleye, stuff like that. If you're gonna be going for like bluegill, yellow perch, white perch, crappie, this might be a little bit too stiff. You might want to go with a light or medium light. And for my jigging rod, I just have this small little bait holder hook, and I'm gonna be putting basically a dead shiner on it. Because I'm going to be using my underwater camera, a live shiner is going to want to go all over the place. Just for videoing sake, I'm going to be using a dead shiner just so it can stay in the view of the camera easier. Now you might think it's a little overkill to use an underwater sonar and my underwater camera here. Can't be right, but honestly my underwater camera is only about 5 feet over my bait. So this Garmin is going to pick up fish slightly further away than my underwater camera will. Fish is just slightly off screen on my underwater camera, then my fish finder down there, my Garmin, will pick it up. But I'm all set up. It's just a waiting game now. Finally seeing my first action on the underwater camera. I don't know if you can tell this, but right above my shiner is a tiny little yellow perch.
This fish bit dead stick. Check this guy out. What do you think, Aaron? Not bad, eh? Your PB?
So I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but I've been here for 4 hours now and I haven't even had one flag. So clearly there's something I'm doing wrong, and I think it's the location. I am fishing slightly deeper than what I really wanted to. I really wanted to target that like exact 20-foot range, and I'm slightly deeper than that right now. So what I think I'm gonna do is go around with my auger and drill as many holes as I can until I find that exact 20-foot depth range. Because something has to change. I want to catch that smallmouth. Okay, so I actually got a flag. I'm surprised. I was beginning to think I wasn't gonna get a flag today. I honestly don't even know if anything's on here or not, but we are about to find out. Got him. This is weight, whatever it is. Lots of weight. Lots of weight. Lots of weight. It's a smallmouth, guys. I did it. 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 And it's a giant smallmouth too. Look at this. I did it. Oh, it's so windy. I did it. My first smallmouth. And this thing is 2.5, 3 pounds. Oh my God. Are you guys kidding me right now? Let's go, my first flag. is a big smallmouth. I'm so pumped. Let's go. GoPro died, obviously. Can't catch a fish with the GoPro on, but... Ooh. Okay, she was ready. And that was literally my first flag to go off. And I've never caught a smallmouth before through the ice. Like, that was literally my first ever smallmouth, and it was 2.5, 3 pounds, a super nice one. Of course, I don't even know why I bring this sometimes. My GoPro died maybe a minute before that flag went off. But I am so glad I ended up moving my tip-ups. If I didn't move my tip-ups, then I wouldn't have caught that smallmouth. Luckily, I have my Garmin with me. Having a fish finder is such an advantage I didn't realize I was missing out on. Okay, it's just about 3 o'clock right now, which means I've been out here for 7 hours. And just that one flag, well, I guess technically 2 flags. I was hoping I could come here and catch a few more fish, but this was the first time I came here, so I really shouldn't expect to catch a bunch of fish. But I am actually gonna stay about another hour longer. Hopefully I can hook into another fish before I have to go, but we'll see.